NASCAR truly is a team sport, and there are many jobs and positions that are crucial for a team to win. One of those jobs is being a spotter, and their job is to make sure the driver is safe in order to win the race. So we're here with probably one of the best spotters out there, would you say? Earl Barbin, spotter for the number 48 car. Earl, could you just tell us first off, what exactly is a spotter and how are they important for the safety of a driver?
Well, I don't know that I'm the best spotter, like you said, but I definitely have the best driver. So, that being said, having a great driver is so easy, makes my job easy, but spotter is here for safety. Our job is to make sure that the driver needs to know about anything that's around him, whether somebody's blowing up or there's grease on the track or there's a wreck, and you can tell him where that's happening. I tell him where the wreck's happening and where the cars are at on the track. He can determine if he wants to go high or low, and so we're really there for safety. And occasionally, if we can if we can give him a little bit of a competitive advantage sometimes by letting him know that he's clear, or if somebody's looking on the inside or the outside. So that basically our job is for safety, and then sometimes a little bit of a competitive advantage.
You've worked with Jimmy for a long time, and I'm sure you guys have developed some kind of language. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, I think so. He understands. I think when he hasn't said he doesn't understand yet. So. I think there's a good communication. There's good communication between me and the team on pit road, and the driver. And we have a second channel that we're able to talk to guys on the crew, so the driver doesn't have to hear us bantering back and forth, or getting some kind of relaying some information that he might want us to do. So talk to the crew on another channel and make sure our driver's safe. And our goal is to see a checker flag. Hopefully, we're the one holding it at the end of the day.
How does somebody prepare or practice to become a spotter?
Well, I don't know. I was just thrown up here about 2000. I think Rusty Walsh might have fired his second or third spotter for the year, and I kind of was laughing and told him I could do that, and so he sent me up there. I went up there, and I guess as long as you have your driver and your team, number one, that they're your main concern, main interest, you're a good spotter. You get a little trust. So hopefully your driver trusts you, and man, you just say it. There's not too many times. If you say oops too many times up here, you won't probably be a good spotter.
Now, you said the first time you went up here, you said I can do that. I'm sure many other people could say that they can do that, but what do some people not know that is pretty hard about being a spotter?
Well, I think that paying attention, I've spent most of my first part of my career on pit road for 10 years or so. And so I really only thought that the race was about 100 yards right there in front of me on the front straightaway as I was jacking or gassing. But then I got to come up here and experience the full race, and to really be interactive, instead of every 50 laps doing something, I was doing something every lap. So it's just a lot of fun. It's exciting. It's an important job. And, I think that standing up here and paying attention for the duration of the race is probably the hardest thing. You really have to pay attention to what's going on. So that's really the hardest part of our job.
Do you ever get a break in between the race to, go use the bathroom or do something else like that?
No, the driver, he doesn't have to go to the bathroom as he's racing. So, you take care of business prior to the event, and I bring plenty of snacks up here, man. Hang out for the race, and you'll see what I pull out of the bag for the race. So I make sure that you bring up your snack, you bring up a drink, and you take care of business prior to going up for the race.
All right, we're Earl Barbin. He's taking care of business up here in the spotter stand.